Here we are discussing about lesson 3 in science, rock and soil. In this lesson, we may be discussing about how is soil formed, types of soil, what does soil contain, like that. First, we learn about rocks. The earth is made up of rocks and soil. Rocks are made up of tiny grains called minerals. Some rocks contain only one mineral, but most of the rocks are made up of several minerals. Some rocks are very hard. Example for that, diamond and granite. Diamond is the hardest rock. Some rocks are not so hard. Example for that, called chalk. Chalk is a soft rock. It breaks easily. Next is soil. How is the soil formed? The soil is formed by the breaking up of rocks. The action of sunlight, water, and the changes of weather broke the rocks into smaller and smaller pieces. When the plants and animals die, they rot and mix with the soil. Thus, soil is made up of two main parts. One is tiny pieces of rocks and second is rotted pieces of dead plants and animals. Next is humus. What is humus? Dark brown or black colored rotted plants and animals are called humus. It is good for the healthy growth of the plants. Soil collected from different places have different colors. Some are light brown, some are dark brown. In some places, soil is red. They are different because they are made from different rocks. This is an activity that shows what the soil contains. For this, we take some soil in a large bottle. Pour some water in the bottle. Place the lid on and shake the bottle well. Now let the bottle remain undisturbed for several minutes. Different layers of soil settle down. These are the layers of soil. Small stones that settle at the bottom. That layer is called gravel. Above the gravel, soil containing large particles and can see particles separately. That layer is sand. Above the sand layer, a layer of soil containing very fine particles and cannot see particles separately. That layer is clay and dark brown pieces floating on the top of the water. That layer is humus. Thus, these are the layers of soil. At the bottom, gravel, above that sand, clay and humus. Here are some activities that can be performed at your home. Does the soil contain air? For this, we take some soil in a bowl, pour some water over the soil. You will see bubbles of air coming out of the soil. This is because the air present in the spaces between the soil particles escapes in the form of bubbles. Let's watch a video that gives you a clear idea that air is present in the soil.
Air is present in the soil. Just as there are animals that live in water, there are also animals that live under the surface of the soil. These animals also require air to live. The following activity demonstrates the presence of air in the soil. Dig out a small lump of soil from your garden. Place this lump of soil in a small vessel. Pour a small amount of water on it. Bubbles are observed coming out of the soil. This is because the water molecules displace the air present between the soil particles, and the air rises and escapes from the surface as
Does the soil contain water? For this, we take some soil in a bowl and heat on a stove. Hold a metal plate over it. You will see small droplet of water forming on the underside of the plate. This is because water present in the soil evaporates on heating and condenses when it touches cold plate. Here is
Take some soil in a test tube. Light the spirit lamp. Now, with the help of a test tube holder, heat the soil sample. Notice the vapors coming out and the condensed water droplets on the sides of the test tube. Thus, we can say that soil indeed contains water.
From these activities, we can conclude the spaces between the soil particles are filled with water and air. Next is types of soil. Here, soil is classified into clay soil, sandy soil, and loam or loamy soil. Clay soil. The soil contains tiny particles and is smooth to touch. It mostly contains clay. These soil particles do not have large spaces between them. There is not much air in the soil and water cannot go through the soil easily. Therefore, it holds a lot of water and is sticky. Briefly, the clay soil can hold air but cannot water. Most plants do not grow well in clay soil because plants need both water and air to grow. Example for the plants that grow in clay soil is rice. Next is sandy soil. Have you ever noticed sand in beach? It feels rough and loose. Sandy soil is a soil which contains a lot of sand. Sandy soil has large particles with lots of space between them. Water goes through these spaces very easily. Therefore, it cannot hold much water. Briefly, sandy soil can hold more air but not water. Very few plants grow in sandy soil. Example for the plants that grow in sandy soil are cactus and bajra. Loamy soil is a mixture of sand and clay. It can hold both water and air. Loamy soil also has humus. Plants grow well in loamy soil. Next is importance of soil. First one, plants grow in soil. They take water and minerals from the soil. Manures and fertilizers are added to the soil to make it rich and fertile. Then plant can grow better and give greater yield. Second one, clay soil used to make pots. as it is soft and can be easily made into any shape. Next, some animals like earthworm, rabbit, mole burrow and live in the soil. So the soil is home for many animals. Things like cement, bricks, and glass are used to build our houses, also made from the soil. Let's summarize. The earth is made up of rock and soil. Rocks are made up of one or more minerals. Soil is formed when rocks break up into pieces. Soil is made up of gravel, sand, clay, and humus. Clay soil holds water but not much air. Sandy soil holds air but not much water. Loamy soil is a mixture of clay and sand. Soil is very important for all living things. Thank you for listening.